Hello and good day. This is Boles.tv. It's BOLES.television. Hey, we're live and in concert, coming to you live from the East Coast of these United States. And I want to wish you a very happy Valentine's Day. Oh, Jana Marie, sweetheart, if you're out there, have a good one. So many things to discuss today, so I have to focus because I'm all wound up. Which is a good thing because it makes for a fun show. It might not be good for my blood pressure, but it's good for the live stream. But first, we'll talk about some fun, loving, lovable things, which just happen to be over here, that I did not preset, but I'm getting them now. This, this. That's a cute one. Yes, that. Oh, and this is a good one too. And then this. So we'll start with this. As you can see, sort of behind me in the back, we have a lovely display. We have stars, we have lights. These are stars up here. And there's a little heart balloon behind the love sign. The love sign was for my birthday. The heart balloon is for today, and there's a heart balloon right there that you can sort of see, sort of, through. Now, these balloons, especially these stars, have been up there since Christmas. I almost said the 4th of July. The first of the year. And they're very wonderful and strong. Inflated. Which brings me to this. This, a heart-shaped balloon. Go this way so we don't see the ugly. All right, this is a heart-shaped balloon. From the very delightful, as you can see, Jana Marie Sweetheart right there on your screen. This is the same balloon that's behind me that I just showed you. And it's been blown up for not even a day. And it's already losing air. Now, this is not high-quality ballooning, I would have to think, and a little disappointing based on the previous successes of our purple balloons that you see behind us that are part of the star sphere that is Boles.tv. So I love this. It is bright red, and it's really an ingenious balloon design for a balloon if you don't want to have a big balloon that's a solid balloon. If you're looking for a balloon that is heart-shaped with a heart in the middle, this is the balloon to have. But for some reason, also, when you blow these up, they tend to explode during the blowing up season. And it's using a little hand pump to pump it up. It's not electrical. There's not a lot of pressure. It just, first of all, wants to explode. Second of all, it does not want to remain in the balloon shape. It wants to deflate and become more like a curly Q punctuation mark. Now, you could use this for some kind of or maybe even, like a neck rest. I could nap for the entire stream. Andy Warhol made a movie in the 1960s of a man sleeping in a bed. I believe it was a 12-hour movie. And people went to see it. People would go to the movie theater and watch a man sleeping for 12 hours. And they would be there for 12 hours. I mean, it was 12 hours, a 12-hour movie. They didn't, condense it. No, this was Andy Warhol. All about experiences. You went to the movie theater and you sat there for 12 hours and watched a man sleep. Now, because this does look a little funny and sort of out of place, I do have a second balloon that has the same problem, as you'll see right now. It has deflated itself. Not that our love is, any worse than it used to be yesterday. But as you can see, I can peek you through here. But this one is even more deflated than the one I have around my neck, which is probably not saying a lot. Now, if I go this way, then I really am safe for all seas and sunny skies. I accept this, actually. It feels a little comfortable. Or I could be, have a lot of fun and go this way. More of a hat. Doesn't really fit. Or I can really, mess up where you see our AI eyes. Yeah. That's our AI art filter that we are testing for NVIDIA. And this is all part of it, see? And what this filter does is it makes sure that I'm always making eye contact with you. And it's good for like Zoom calls, Zoom meetings, and perhaps live streams if you tend to, go this way and read things a lot. I'm looking at this directly, but it looks like I'm looking at you, but I'm not looking at you. I'm looking away. It would be perfect for baseball, You can look off the runner and then throw them out at first base because they think you're not looking at first base. They think you're looking at home and they're going to try to steal on you. I don't know if it'll work in real life, but the idea is intriguing, I have to say. So what else do we have going on for Valentine's Day? And I did ask Jana Marie if she would be my Valentine officially, and she did say yes. So I consider myself lucky. Now, if you remember from a past broadcast, or if you've seen our Twitter page or our YouTube page, this is my infamous, famous knife. Yeah, see, there's the eyeball going crazy again. It's fun. It's what we do. That cut me because I cut myself. It didn't cut me, I cut myself. But it's a beautiful knife. You can see it has this beautiful raindrop kind of blade style. Well, that's not the way to show it. See, we had to turn off autofocus because that doesn't work either. Oh, there are my eyes again. Fun. And I have to use this to open up a gift from the sweet Jana Marie. And the sweet Jana Marie gift is this, which is a heart-shaped box. And when I got this, I didn't know what it was. I said, is it, like candy? No. Is there confetti in it? Yes. What does it do? You can write to your loved one right on front, to and from. What do I do with it? Is it some kind of like Jell-O? No. So I have to use this to cut into this. And not cut myself. Now, that's open enough, so now I'm going to show you very carefully how I close the knife. Hey, it's Artist Dora saying, hey, wanted to wish you and Jana happy Valentine's Day. Can't stay crazy. Okay. As Tennessee Williams wrote in The Glass Menagerie, in the letter from the father, hello, goodbye. I say the same thing to Miss Dora. It's not a collar, it's a love balloon. A love collar. So, I have successfully opened the cellophane, which is very noisy. Now we have complete access to the heart-shaped whatever it is. And so you open it up. Okay, there it is. This is this. What is it? Here are the little pieces of confetti. Okay. Okay. Yes. It's not Jell-O, but it could be. I don't think we should eat it. Now, the box is empty. The container is gone. And now, what do you have? You have Valentine goop. I guess that's what this is. Jana Marie saw this, found it, used it to teach in her ASL class, and I was very lucky to be given one for a celebration day today, where I've been saving it. I've wanted to open up and play with it, but I thought I should do it with you because this is really a lot of fun. Has no smell. I love the confetti, yes. We all love a little bit of confetti. And I guess you could just pull it in shapes. You could make a cat out of it. You put it back in the thing and make a little heart. But this is just really delightful. And it's not sticky on your fingers, I don't think. No, it's not sticky in your hand. It's very cold. Use it as a cold compress. Hey, it's my old friend, my new friend, Marley Bits, who is my new friend on Mastodon. And Marley Bits is very fun. Remember Silly Putty? Yeah, I loved Silly Putty. You could take this, if this were Silly Putty, put it on the Sunday comics, pull it off, and then you had the Sunday comics backward on your Silly Putty. So it's wonderful to have our old pal Marley Bits with us. Oh my gosh, we've made history here. And on YouTube too, which is fabulous. I love streaming on YouTube. And this morning, every time we start the live stream, there's always something that needs to be adjusted or fixed or broken. I don't know how these kids do it when they live stream for 7, 8 hours a day, 12 hours a day, and all their stuff doesn't break. Because I have all brand new stuff, and every time I live stream, something goes wrong, which I guess you just deal with it, and that's part of the fun of live streaming. But I always get this notification that Trovo, which I guess is online streaming, has disconnected you. We streamed to like 4 or 5 different streams when we live stream, right? So I always have to go in and reconnect Trovo, like almost every week. Everything else is rock solid. Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, believe it or not, no problems at all. Trovo disconnects every week. So I went in to reconnect Trovo. I do it online. And I saw that there was they have like 15 different streaming places you can stream to. But most of them are not in English. And most of them deal with anime and anime movies. I would love to stream there, but I don't think people would understand me based on the servers that they have offered. But one new service was there that I wasn't even told about, or I missed it somehow. Amazon Live. Now, this is 15 minutes before we went on the air. So I thought, Amazon Live? Now, I know Amazon owns Twitch. So I thought, well, that could be very interesting to, stream live on Amazon. Who wouldn't want that? Especially since we're already paying for it. So I immediately did a search for Amazon Live, and I tried to add it immediately. Sometimes when you add immediately, it says it logs you in, but this time they wanted a server, an API key, and I thought, okay, this is a more complicated setup than what I'm used to. So I went to Amazon Live, and I discovered that it's a live stream for ordinary people who want to sell Amazon stuff. So I guess if you're like an Amazon seller, they want you to be part of the Amazon live stream, download their software, not, use RMTP like I would be using. And then you get on there and Amazon Live, it's amazon.com/LIVE is what the URL appears to be. And there was a woman in her kitchen in a very professional looking setup, looks like QVC, whatever, selling something. I don't know what it was because I didn't have the sound on. So I thought, well, even if I tried to stream on Amazon Live, they wouldn't probably let me stay because I'm not selling anything. Although I believe this did come from Amazon, as does almost everything in this apartment. They make it very easy to get things ordered and delivered to you very fast. And then they make you join Prime, so you keep getting your stuff on time. And then what they do is, after a while, they send you a link and say, hey, we see you're ordering a lot of, business stuff. We could set you up as a business account. So it'll make it easy for you to do your taxes and take off all the business expenses. So you say, okay, and the business version of Amazon is very slick. They have a lot of business discounts on certain things like, paper products and like soy milk and stuff like that, batteries. And then they suck you in again. They say, well, you know, you already have Amazon Prime for however much it is now, $130, whatever it is. Hey, for $69, whatever, it's close to that, you could add Amazon Business Prime. And we'll give you great deals and we'll still deliver, you know, on time. We won't charge you for shipping. So they get you coming and going. You're a personal Prime, then you're a business Prime, and altogether you're giving them $200 a year to be a Prime member of I don't know even what. And it gets very confusing because there are some things that Business Prime will not have, like some food things like nuts. So it'll say, you know, add it to your Whole Foods order, right? Whereas when you're on regular Amazon, as a regular person, you can add whatever you want to and it just goes into your cart. So I guess there is, and you want FSA stuff, you know, medical stuff that you can, you know, write off. That's all on Amazon Personal and Amazon Business. So what you find yourself doing to get the best deal is competing against yourself between personal and business on Amazon, right? And you go back and forth. And there's even a pull down thing that says switch accounts. So all day you're bouncing back and forth between Prime, Business Prime, and Personal Prime, trying to find the best deal, trying to find out if you can order this and that. And it's always cheaper on Business Prime. And you have to have a separate, different email address. It's all very complicated, but I figured it out. And this is very therapeutic. And I'm probably going to need a lot of therapy when we start getting into our discussion of cats. Oh, those cats. And I'm not talking about real cats either. I'm talking about big, fat, fake online cats and all the trouble they cause. So I want to play with this the rest of the day, but I don't know if I can. I might put it aside because I do have to pick something up. And then it goes right back in the box. And what Jan Marie did in her ASL class is she let them keep this, put it in a cup, and then she had them with this empty heart-shaped thing, vessel thing. She had them, you know, put things in this that would fit. And then come in front of the class, open it, share what's inside the box, and tell a story in ASL. Beautiful. Ah! Oh, I just lost my blob. No, it's between my legs. That's what she said. Recovered. If that had gone on the floor, it would have been terrible. Because then dust and... Even if you clean every day, as my Comcast installer said, because I have kettlebells in the living room and I use chalk so it doesn't, you know, mess up your hands and destroy your hands. So there's white dust that's really kind of impossible to get rid of. And I was apologizing to my Comcast installer for the white dust. And he said, well, you know, you sweep your living room and it's all clean, and then you turn around and all the dust is back. And he can't figure it out and I can't figure it out. And when you have the windows open and they're doing construction outside, it's a very filthy business. Now I'm taking this off because I'm hearing things, weird things, and I think, what is that sound? And I think, well, it's the crinkling of your heart-shaped balloon, your neck. So I wish I could, maybe I'll hold these. I wish I could prop them up somehow or dangle them off of something so we could see them. But I didn't think that far in advance. Happening here. That's cute, but I do tend to talk with my hands. So let me look at my list. I have a list of rants every day, and every day it gets even worse. Maybe I go down a little more. Meow. This camera's very hot. Now maybe we see them. A little better maybe. Put them on my shoulders. Behind me. Oh, that might be better. That's kind of fun. This wall always needs something on it, and that light isn't really doing enough. So we're going to now segue, as they say, into the idea of cats. Now, before we get into the alarming part of my cat story, paper cat story, I'm going to show you a gift from, of course, the Jana Marie, from maybe a year or two ago. And she told me to show it on the live stream. And this is, believe it or not, a cat. It's very, very folk artish and bizarre, which is why I love it, because it doesn't make any sense. This is not 3D printed. This is not made in America, I don't believe, based on these things, which appear to be thick pieces from a glossy magazine that have been cut to form and then rolled up so they look like a firecracker. But a firecracker, and you can see through this actually. But it looks like Time and Tide has plugged them up a little bit. And the whole thing is glued together with these very strange pieces of paper. So in many ways, this is the original paper art cat, if you can believe it. And you may not know what I'm talking about, but we're going to get there next. So I love this. I wish I could have this as on my friend somehow. Part of, will this work? Sort of. Kind of, maybe. It's close enough. No one will know what it is, but we know what it is. Because you're here. Except for Dora, who left. Oh, goodness. So here we go. Paper art cats. Okay, so many, many years ago, I started a blog. There were a lot of blogs, but the big blog was Go Inside magazine. And it was a long time ago. And then became Urban Semiotic. Go Inside was just flat file served magazine, and then it became Urban Semiotic, which was a WordPress blog. And on WordPress, the people who were reading your articles could reply back to you. And it was very interesting and very new. This is the dawn of blogging. 10, 15 years ago, whatever. A long time ago. Longer than that, probably. And the wonderful thing is that you could have great discussions with people. You made great friends. And then, inevitably, especially when you're running your own blog, the nasty people start showing up. I call them trolls now. But they complain, they want to cause trouble, they want to argue with people, and if you delete them or remove them, then they send you email and say you're denying my free speech, which means they don't understand anything about free speech, and on about what a terrible person you are. And they're relentless. So you just, delete them and block them and try to move on with your day. But it does sometimes affect you. You have 1,000 wonderful comments, and then one troll who comes in and spits and vomits on everybody. And it's kind of hard to forget that. And you can't give them any attention because that's what they want. They want to come in and spit on people and get attention and then fight you. That's what they want. That's who they are. And then, blogging goes away a little bit, and the big instances, the New York Times, Washington Post, they become basically blogs where they publish things, people go on and comment, so nobody goes to the small blogs anymore, really. So all those fights have been kind of taken online there. And then, the years pass and you get on Facebook, which is strict moderation. You get on Twitter, which used to have strict moderation. And, the conversations are very nice and polite, but not terribly ongoing or interesting, just because there's always something new happening. And so when I discovered Mastodon, unlike Post.News, which is turned into a hellscape now, there's nobody there really, except people trying to sell news. So when you go on Mastodon, when you're getting conversations, and we had several big conversations that Marley Bits was a big part of over the weekend, where everyone is having a wonderful conversation, different points of view. No one's yelling at each other. No one's calling names. No one's spitting or vomiting on anybody. We're just all going back and having a wonderful chat. And you're thinking, this reminds me of the early days of Twitter. And then you think, no, it was never Twitter. Twitter was never really like this. This is the early days of blogging, where people would come and, they wouldn't even have to register or sign up, because at that time there weren't really a lot of mean people. They would just come and chat and say something, and you would say something back to them, and then you had a new friend. And it's sort of the same way on Mastodon, where people come and just start talking to you. You don't know who they are, but they're following a hashtag, someone boosted you, and there you are. You're all there talking to each other, and it's just wonderful. And the conversations, aren't 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Sometimes they're all day. And then people go to bed, and we wake up, and we finish the conversation the next day. It's very lovely. And then, as happened today, which I'll get into a little bit, but I'll tell you some of it now, you get people who are basically unhappy and looking for trouble. And they see a lot of action going on, and they want to be part of it, but not in a positive way. They want to be a part of it to tear it down. And as I've said and talked about and written about many times over the years, yes is hard, no is easy. Anybody can say no, but very few people have the power to say yes. And when you're young and looking for a job, looking for an opportunity, you have to find the person who has the power to say yes to you, because they're surrounded on purpose, by design, by no people. No, we don't want that. No, we don't want that. We keep trying, go around, find the person who has the power to say yes. And sometimes when you're with an obstinate person, you just have to ask them, say, look, you've told me no now for 3 days. Do you have the authority and the power to say yes? And if they're honest with you, they'll say no. And then you say, thank you so much. Is there someone else I can speak to? It doesn't always work, but asking around helps. Okay, I talked to this person. It's not going anywhere. Who else might I go talk to? So we're having wonderful conversations, wonderful things start happening, and then we have an anomaly. An event horizon, a horizon event, whatever that is called. A horizontal hoedown. I don't know what it's called, but let me see if I can find the page where we need to go to begin to talk about this. And we will go here. Let me just make sure about this. Okay, now. Here we go. It's starting. Event horizon, I think that's the phrase. So, over the weekend, I posted this very innocent, but also very lovely Mastodon post on my own instance. Join me at boles.xyz. It's right there on your screen. But you have to be nice. You can't be a troll, and you can't be mean to people. If you're on another server, you're welcome to come over to mine. About paper art cats. And honestly, that's the entire prompt. Some people will write a prompt for Midjourney that is, a paragraph, 100 words. My prompt for this cats was paper art cat. Enter. That's it. That's all it was. There's no magic to it, really. You have to know when to speak, when to type, when to correct, when to be quiet. And this one just happened to be put it in, go. And then you keep re-rolling. If there's something you like, you can modify. But that was the prompt, paper art cats. Who couldn't do that? And I have done that in the past. Post.news, Midjourney, PixelFed. I've done paper art cats in the past. And they've always been well received. People like them. But this from yesterday, it's been about 24 hours now. I have never had this kind of action. Oh, look, in real time, someone just said something. Who did it and how? Cats and Mastodon paper. Oh, here we go. I thought they were talking about my troll article. They're not talking about my troll article. They want to know about the cats. And some people try to trap me and say, oh, you're faking, these are not real. I mean, if you look, the AI cats, right there, that means it's not real, not a real cat. It is paper art, it is paper, but it's AI. It's the AI version. So anyway, so I have this wonderful post about paper art cats. And as you can see, look at this right here. I've never seen anything like it. Boosts. 1,100 boosts. Stars favoriting 1,500. And counting. Okay. Shocking. Wonderful. Doesn't make any sense in the real world. Because I've been online, I post a lot of things. I've never really had, well, a few things, anything like this go viral. And that's kind of what it did the last 24 hours. And most of the comments have been very wonderful and very nice. And I can kind of tell by the way people are phrasing it that they may not know that it's an AI cat. They think it's real paper. And so I always, gently, either correct them or say, hey, this is AI or this is Midjourney. There's nothing being hidden anywhere. But the thing, something somehow, somewhere got boosted yesterday in the form of this one post. I don't know who, what, when, or why, but somehow boosted to a lot of different places, and all day and all night, people have been boosting and reposting this paper art cat collection of mine, which has been very wonderful, and then more recently, a little bit of curse. Because when things get popular and they get propagated and people see them, attention is drawn to you. Attention must be paid. And so, if they don't like AI art, if they don't like cats, if they think you're lying, well, then they are going to step forward. Nobody asked them to. They're going to step forward and put you in your place. And they're going to tell you off, and they're going to talk to the people who are commenting on your wonderful paper art cast to say they're not real, they're fake, this is plagiarism. Ridiculous stuff. And then, as part of Mastodon, if someone, is causing trouble, harming other people, you can report them and have action taken against them. But usually, you do that on your own instance. Well, because when you report somebody or block somebody, right, you can block them or block and report them. Now, when you click report, then you have to explain what's going on and why you're not just blocking them so you don't have to see them, but why you are reporting them to the admin of the instance they are on for some kind of, I guess, moral, ethical, or criminal violation. Because you want action to be taken against them. Okay. So, yesterday, a little bit this morning, there were comments, mean comments, untrue comments about the cats. They're fake, they're plagiarizing, he's lying to you. Those people, I just go in and block. Other people can see their garbage, but I don't care, because as long as I don't see it, they're off my server, I don't have to deal with them anymore. So I block, and block, which is what you do in go blogging. People come in, they try to destroy you, you block them. Don't even engage with them, because you engage, then you're in trouble. Then they go on, and then they bring their friends to back them up, and their friends to back them up, and then you end up blocking 50 people instead of one person. So it's just better to ignore them, block, and go away. Not even report. Report. Who cares? Well, we live in a world of trolls. I don't want to say and of Karens, but that sort of idea, where if anybody feels violated, they're going to go tell mommy, and they're going to report you. They're going to tell. I'm going to go tell on you. And so a couple of people hit the report button when they blocked me, and their report because it's on my server, came to me because I'm the admin of my own server. So there I am, reading this very strange, long rant how this is plagiarism and this woman, why are you allowing this content on our server? Because she thinks she's talking to her admin, not to me. I thought this sort of thing wasn't allowed. What do we stand for? We have to be real people. It's an academic server, by the way. I have a son who had his art ripped off from him by AI art. And this person is propagating these crimes against my son, and he needs to be punished and removed, and his instance needs to be blocked. Okay. And then she quoted, in her report against me, 5 of my messages where I'm replying to people saying, no, this is not real, this is Mid-Journey, no, this is AI art, all the things I'm doing to clarify. So all she did was support what I've been saying all along. I'm not pulling anybody's leg. I'm not pretending that I created this cat art, this beautiful cat art, with my own hands cutting paper, but I did create it with my own hands. Hey, it's artist Dora's back. I'm listening and I'm outraged. Me too. I'm outraged. And I'm not done yet. The best part's to come. Marley Bits knows what the next part is because Marley Bits comforted me in my time of distress this morning. And I'm not laughing. I'm sighing with relief. I never said I created them as pieces of paper. They're created. And see, they're arguing, oh, you're not a creator. You're not an artist. You're not a real artist. AI art is fake. It's not real. Well, it's not true. And I would be happy to have a conversation with anybody about AI art and is it real art. But I'm not going to have a conversation with a troll who is trying to bait me into a conversation so they can call me names. So this woman said, these terrible things to her admin, but she was saying them to me. And then I cleared myself of all charges, which is what you have to do in Mastodon. Do you block yourself? Your user? Do you report your user? Do you suspend your user, warn your user, or just ignore it and put in a note? I ignored it. And then this morning I wrote a little note. Let me see if I can find that. And I've written about trolls at least 5 times on my post.news instance. This is my microblog at boles.co. And everything I post here gets automatically posted to my Mastodon account because we're all in the Fediverse together. It's very, very lovely. So this is what I said, and I love this image, and it's AI, and I made sure to say it right there. AI Mid-Journey. This is what I said. Internet trolls are everywhere. And as I discovered, talking about this academic woman, as I discovered, they also do lively work in the Fediverse. One troll just reported me to myself on my own instance for promoting false art. I had a lot more to say, but you can only say that much on Mastodon. And it appears for advancing the downfall of society by creating AI art. Okay, didn't mention any names, didn't mention any instances, didn't say she's on an academic server. I'm making a general comment about a troll. Well, I guess trolls must have some sense of troll pride, if we want to call it that, because almost immediately I get notified of a second report. Someone is, again, not just blocked me, but also reported me. And it appears, because we discussed this, the troll article, that they were reading that discussion and knew that if they reported me, that the report would go directly to me. So I opened the report. I think this is getting a little bit ridiculous. I have 1,000 people who like the work, and I have now 2 people who are trying to ruin my day. So I read the report, and the first report was, academic. Evidence. What are we doing? This is not how we run a server. Okay, fair. Ridiculous, but there was thought put into it. This one was one word, no evidence, nothing, just one word about my troll piece. And that one word that was delivered to me was the N word. That's it. That was the whole thing. That was the report. N word. Now, as an old white guy, I can't say that the N word really affects me the way it does other people. But I do understand the cruelty and the viciousness and the intention of calling someone the N word. So I guess trolls get insulted when they see other trolls being talked about by just calling them a troll. But it is an interesting phenomenon where a person on the internet would raise their hand and say, hey, I'm one of those trolls, and I'm going to report and call the admin the N-word. And as Marley Bitts and I had a nice discussion about that, very calming, comforting, friendly, I appreciate that. And then another person, I think it was Alex, was saying, report them back. And which is what you would want to do. I would want to go to the instance from where they're from and go say, hey, you have this user who just called me the N-word. Now, there are a lot of Fediverse servers out there that are Nazi servers, white power servers, porn servers, nasty stuff. And they all get blocked and removed. But so sometimes, reporting something like that is not going to make any difference because that's what they do on their server. They call each other the N-word. But what I discovered is these are sort of anonymous. You see what server they're coming from when they make the report, but you can't see their username, as far as I know, to, I guess to prevent retaliation for someone making a false report. You would think that their admins would want to know. But then kind of reading, what goes on in the Mastodon world, these individual users, making these, I'm going to go tell mommy complaints, don't carry usually a lot of weight, especially with the big gigantic servers where they have 10,000, 50,000 people. I have 3 people on my server. Me, my beautiful wife, Jan Marie, the lovely Miss Dora, and then I have a 4th account that's a secondary emergency admin account for me. So 3 active people, and in 6 hours we have 2 reports. So multiply that by 50,000, and you can imagine how many people are out there telling mommy about these other people that they don't like. And then I guess the serious, reporting comes from other admins. So if, I'm seeing one of my users getting reported a lot and I'm reading their work and it's offensive, not my user because I would suspend them, but from another server, then as an admin, I would go to them and say, look, I have these complaints about your content. It's racist, it's criminal, whatever, supporting. Can you remove those posts or can you remove those users or I will defederate you. Now, I guess defederation, suspension is like the death penalty on the Fediverse. So you don't want to get suspended. But there are some servers who don't care if they get suspended or not. So there's really, when people are nasty like that, there's really no way to even respond to them because I'm not even talking to them. I'm not having a discussion with them. If they had said something to me, you're stealing from my son, I would have been very happy to have a conversation about why that's not true. Plagiarism is direct copying. That is not what AI art does. It takes multiple sources and combines them into something new, which is what all humans do when they're creating art. There is no original idea in art that hasn't been done before. You want to look at Picasso, then you better look at Dali. You want to look at the de Koonings plagiarizing from each other. Come on now. That's what art is. Not plagiarizing, but inspiration and then formation of different ideas. That's what's going on. So that is my cat story. And it's still going. Let's see if we have any update on this. And I had to turn off my notifications because it was becoming a little too much. Like every 5 seconds, you're getting 1,000 notifications in 24 hours is a lot of pinging on your Apple Watch. Hey, you have a new like, you have a new favorite. But I'll take it. So right before we went on the air today, I received this and I posted this on Mastodon just because I wanted to see if I could, get any kind of a rise out of anybody. Because if you say anything positive about AI art or Chat GPT, there are people who make it the business and purpose of their day to throw it back at you. And I think it's kind of funny. So I got this notice because we're going to talk about shame today, but I have used most of my time, so I'll save that for next time because it's too interesting to just squeeze it in. So I have Chat GT Plus, which is really wonderful, and I pay $20 a month for the privilege. And the reason you pay $20 a month is to jump the line, because otherwise you get the orange box of despair that says, we're overloaded right now, come back later, leave your email address and we'll let you know when we're open. And you come back later and they're still busy. You give them your email address, they never email you. So for $20, you get put to the head of the line and you never really get denied. And if you're on a new computer and you're trying to log in, there's a special login for the Plus people. It says, okay, we agree that you are a Chat Plus person based on your email address. We will send you a direct link to your email address that will let you go around all these people in front of you and get in. And I've done it several times and it works beautifully. So I get there today because I'm going to show you about shaming. And this is what I find. February 13 update from yesterday. And I used it a lot yesterday and I never saw this. They must be on a different time frame. Turbo default. Based on user feedback, we're defaulting you, which doesn't sound like a very positive term, to a faster version of ChatGPT, previously known as Turbo. I've never heard of ChatGPT. I have several Google Web Alerts set up to talk to me about ChatGPT. I have never heard about ChatGPT Turbo ever. I don't even know what it is. ChatGPT Pro was out for, I think, a week and a half at $42 a month, and then they made a ChatGPT Plus for $20 a month. We'll keep the previous version around for a while. I don't know what that means either, because you can't, it appears, revert back to the non-turbo ChatGPT Plus. Now, if I were asked to correct this as ChatGPT, I would say, instead of we're defaulting you to a faster version, I would say we are upgrading you. Turbo to upgrade. Who am I? I'm not a bot. Now, before we go, we just have to give one little smack in the face to Elon. Because there are a lot of people on Mastodon who can't stand the guy. A lot of them were third-party developers for Twitter clients. Paul Haddad at TapBots is one. Craig Hoggenberry is the other one, and they loathe the man. And what's so delicious is that Elon is now, hey, it's Marley Bits. The delicious irony. If you put those two complaints in AI, it will return a paper snowflake. Absolutely right. I love that. Yeah. How do you respond to people like that? And all they want to do really is just to ruin your day, just to give you a little poke in the eye. Hey, you N-word. That's the best you can do. I mean, what would have really hurt is to say, your AI art sucks. And you can call yourself an AI artist, but I know AI artists, and you're not one of them. A little Lloyd Benson going on there. So now Elon Musk was very popular on Twitter in April because everyone was so excited that Elon was going to make Twitter better and make it beautiful. And he had, 100 million followers and 10 million interactions a day. And now Elon has discovered that everybody hates his guts. Everybody of importance is leaving or has left Twitter already. So Elon wanted to know why his integrations with other people had fallen. He used to get let's say 100,000 interactions a day, and it had fallen to 10,000. So the engineers made the mistake of actually explaining it to him and saying, I guess people aren't interested in you. And he fired them on the spot. So here's an article from The Verge. For many of us, Twitter's For You is full of tweets and replies to tweets from Elon Musk now. That's how they decided to make Elon happy, is by forcing him into your For You area, even if you don't follow him, and even if you block the words Elon and you block the word Musk, he still gets forced into your stream because he has a big ego and he wants to feel important and he wants to force you to read about him. And as somebody online said, it was very funny that, the next thing is if you if you want to tweet anything, you have to first, click on a like that you give to Elon before he'll let you tweet. Wouldn't that be funny? Is everyone else For You page Elon Musk replies? Yeah, it's not even Elon Musk, original content. It's Elon replying to all of the crazy people who follow him. This comes just days after Musk complained his tweets weren't getting enough views and even fired engineers over it. Long day at Twitter HQ with engineering team. 2 significant problems mostly addressed. On fan-out service for following feed was overloaded when I tweeted, resulting in up to 95% of my tweets not getting delivered at all. Not true. Well, they weren't getting delivered because people blocked you, that's why. Everything following is now pulling from search. It's early bird. And the comments are the best part of the whole article, as they always are. Just do what I did and block the troll. Problem solved. And he has a lot of bots following him. And I understand people like bots. Twitter loved bots because it made it look like there was activity. They were there. They were doing fun things. They were interacting with people. Why doesn't everyone have him blocked by now? And it's really funny that they're trying to release version 2 of their API that they want people to pay $100 for at minimum. And it's been delayed. And people are trying to figure out what's really going on. Are they cutting off people? Are places like WordPress saying, look, hey now, don't charge us. We have millions and millions of users. We push a lot of content and a lot of links to your service. And you're going to charge us to access your API when it's always been free? I love this. Next update, you can't block Elon. I'll put this link in our live stream chat on our Discord server. Well, there you go. Hey, we're at the end of the show. Happy Valentine's Day. Where's my Valentine? Jen would be my Valentine. If you don't have a Valentine, let me know. I'll send you one on Mastodon. I have a lot of cats. And no, they're not real. And no, I didn't create them with my own hands. But I did type. And that's what you want to do with these people is you want to kid back with them. And there was one kid yesterday who said about my cats. He was my very first blog. Hey, if you didn't create these with your own hands, they're not art. And I responded back and I said, well, if you type this message to me using your own hands and used a computer to do it, what you wrote is And I said, if you're going to come in my stream and troll me, be careful. And then he came back and said something stupid, and then I really did block him. And then I thought, okay, this is original blogging. It's now time to block. But I thank you for being here. We've had a wonderful show. Great show. New friend Marley Bits is here. Old buddy Dora was around. Maybe she's here, maybe she's not here. Artist Dora is still here. She was leaving, she was going, she was here, she was not here. She's her own magic show. And I thank you so much. I will see you again soon. You know where to find me. I'm here. Ask me a question. Take care. Be well. Have a lovely day. You too, Dora. I'll see you soon. Bye.